Oh no! We're being chased by a giant space monster from another dimension! What do we do? But what if you can't blast it? Hello, and welcome to Moondream Press. My name is Michael A. Chanson, and I am the managing editor of Copperdog Publishing. Moondream Press is one of our three imprints. It deals with science fiction, fantasy, and horror. And we've been talking the last few videos about the Maauro Chronicles, and we're now going to talk about the fifth and final book in the Chronicles, though there is a spin-off series, and we'll talk about that in the future, so don't worry, this is not the end of Maauro, or is it? The fifth book in the series is When Fighting Monsters. And of course, all the books are written by Edward F. McEwen, a great science fiction novelist. I'll just read a little blurb off the back for a starter here. Maauro and Rick face their greatest challenge. That's Rick Trigart. A new era of space is being devastated by an unknown force. Colonies and ships are disappearing. They accept Shasti Rainhell's commission to find out what has happened and search for a lost cruiser. The voyage reunites them with the deadly Olivier Crozer of Confed intelligence. No one can imagine what awaits them on the other end of the star jump. Fantastic science fiction novel. And the villain in this one is larger in scale and concept, hint, hint, than any of the other books, or the other books combined. It's, let's just say it's a challenge that's almost too much for our heroes. Or is it? And this ends the initial 5-book saga in what I'd like to think is a very satisfactory way. One that leads you to wonder what goes on in the future. And there is another series that talks about that. When Fighting Monsters by Edward F. McEwen shows us the character of Maauro the android in a way we've never seen before in any of the other books. She becomes her most complete version of herself, or is certainly set off on the journey to do so. Now, what does all that mean? Well, of course, I don't want to spoil it for you, but you've got to read this book, you've got to finish up the series, and prepare yourself for a future one. So, When Fighting Monsters by Edward F. McEwen, being published by Moondream Press, and yes, it is available on audiobook, trade paperback, and Kindle. So, I highly recommend you check it out. Thank you for listening.